Welcome everybody, my name is Michael or Kubera, and today we are discussing about, unfortunately, despite my smile on the face, a scam, a fake Trezor iPhone app that's been distributed, and a user lost over 17.1 bitcoins. That's around $600,000 at the time that they lost it. So a pretty unfortunate incident. Let's discuss what can be done to avoid things like this and what Google with their Play Store and Apple with their App Store should do to prevent further cases like this, because this isn't the first time we've had stuff like this. So let's roll the intro and let's get right into it. Recently, my channel has been growing quite well, so if you haven't subscribed on over yet, the link will be in the description as always, uploading daily content on there. Recently, this channel, Kubera, we didn't upload on Sunday, and unfortunately, due to some delays, decided to upload on Wednesday. So right now, this video might go up on Friday or Sunday, and we're gonna catch back right up to the normal schedule. So let's get into it. Basically, if you are a web developer, a app developer, and you want to get into the Play Store or the App Store, usually the App Stores first, just like with the famous Clubhouse app, it's not even available on the Google Play Store yet, which I don't understand why, but all right. Apple, in some cases, is a little bit more difficult to get into, but both of these app stores have a set of rules and guidelines to avoid situations just like this, because we've had situations, for example, there might be an application on the App Store, and on the Play Store, it might not exist yet, but unknowingly, users who know the company, they realize, yes, there is an application available, but they have no idea that it's not on Android, or in some rare cases it is on Android, but it's not on Apple's App Store. A hacker, a scammer, someone might take the opportunity to look into which apps, which companies haven't been released on both stores. They make a fake application, they target these unknowing users. And in this case, if it's anything to do with finances, especially cryptocurrency, where there is no chargeback feature, once someone downloads an app and they don't do their research, it is unfortunately their fault at that point that they lose their Bitcoin or any altcoins that they deposit into these wallets. So Trezor itself is a normal cold storage wallet company, and Ledger has had incidents in the past, but most of these hacks have not affected the funds on the cold storage wallets. They have affected the databases, all the stuff that was irrelevant to the actual funds being on cold storage wallets. But if there's a fake app, or if someone purchases a cold storage wallet, for example, on eBay, we've also had this, where people purchase secondhand and they look at the seed phrases, but this is a super easy thing to avoid, but some people who are complete noobs fall for this. They don't see that someone just wrote over the original seed phrases, they type that in, and bam, you're sending your Bitcoins to somebody else's wallet at that point. So Trezor, the company, is perfectly fine. I recommend Trezor, but they do not have an Apple application. They don't even have a mobile application in this case. So there's plenty of cryptocurrency wallets such as Exodus or the Bitcoin apps. You always have to do your research which application you're getting it from. If you go to the website of all of these wallets, you can click on their website directly and it'll redirect you to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. You're able to verify, yes, it is indeed this company. But in this case, users were downloading Trezor, which does not have a mobile application. Someone made a fake one using the company's name, their branding, and had fake user ratings of nearly 5 stars. Anything on the internet can be faked, from Google reviews to Yelp reviews, and especially Amazon reviews and Google Play Store, Apple App Store reviews, where reviews are everything. If it has a 1-star review, you're not going to purchase it, right? So it made it appear trustworthy, but sometimes you're able to just look at these reviews and they seem very copy-paste-like. Sometimes the grammar's off, sometimes the language is a little off. So you're able to, in certain cases, tell if it's really bad, what is fake, but always do your research. Again, this is a super simple scam, nothing too complex about it. The rules that we were discussing with the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, they usually wouldn't allow stuff like this. So here's how these app developers got past these rules. They uploaded an application that was completely different. Once it was uploaded and approved, then they changed the format, they changed everything about the application. And at that point, Apple couldn't really do anything, which I think this is a big loophole that will be exploited continuously. And there needs to be a secondary review if anything's changing about the original app that was, apart from small updates, but even those at the very beginning should be reviewed. So unfortunately, a user named Philippe Christophidou had his Bitcoin stored on a Trezor hardware wallet, and he wanted to check his balance on his mobile phone. He downloaded the application, the fake one, and lost all of his money. And he's very upset at Apple. He says, they betrayed the trust that I had in them. Apple doesn't deserve to get away with this. And he's not the only person to fall prey to this application. A Georgia resident, James Feitch, also reported that he lost around $14,000 worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yikes. Let's look at Apple. What do they have to say about this? They tout themselves as the world's most trusted marketplace for applications. A spokesperson for Apple that spoke to the Washington Post explained all apps undergo a rigorous review process, but they have acknowledged that there have been other cryptocurrency scams on the App Store. The app that was used to scam Christophidou was available on the App Store from at least January 22nd to February 3rd and was downloaded around 1,000 times. Maybe not all who downloaded unfortunately lost their funds, but even if half did that, I mean, what else are you going to do with a Trezor cryptocurrency wallet application on a fake Trezor cryptocurrency wallet app on your phone, besides use it as a wallet and deposit funds into it? So hopefully some people realized maybe this isn't the real one. I'm sure there had to be some people who did their research after they downloaded it, so it still wasn't too late. So in this case, the fake Trezor app was initially in the cryptography category. It was a solution for encrypting iPhone files and storing passwords, but then it was changed into a cryptocurrency wallet app. Now, Apple did say to the Washington Post that they've removed over 6,500 applications for hidden and undocumented features last year, but acknowledged that they rely on users and customers to report fake applications, so they don't really have a process to explore these applications once they've been changed. And that's a pretty big exploit. When Mr. Christophidou checked the written reviews for the fake application, he read numerous complaints from others who had been scammed the same way. So at that point, he knew his funds were gone. And Mr. Christophidou, I think he's the one who lost 17.1 Bitcoins. Yikes. And in the future, that is definitely going to be worth a lot more. That's going to be over $1 million. There's people in 2017. There's people in 2013. I'm sure there's thousands and tens of thousands of people who have been scammed out of hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin that could be worth billions of dollars in the future. But to those who are going to say, it's Bitcoin's fault or it's cryptocurrency's fault for the no chargeback policy, there's plenty of people who lost their money with PayPal, with Venmo, with Cash Apps, with even normal banking accounts. And all the rules that have been written with bank apps, well, they've been written due to failures, due to people losing money. But even with all of these security points in place, there are people who unfortunately will continue to fall always prey to these scams. Now, some scams are going to be sophisticated, but in this case, it's super simple. The main way is to check with the company that you're going to be using if they first of all have an application. Now, Trezor did come out and said, warning to all Trezor owners using Android devices, this app is malicious and has no relation to Trezor or Satoshi Labs. Please do not install it. And on there, they have 362 fake reviews. It was called Mobile Manager Wallet. And then the brand name was Trezor, and the company was named Trezor.io by Satoshi Labs, and it was in the finance category. You should never, ever share your seed with anybody until the Trezor device asks you to do it, and you do it through the device, not through an application. So that application was also downloaded over 1,000 times. So in both cases, you had over 2,000 people that downloaded from Trezor. Now, why is that? Trezor and Ledger are two of the most popular and largest companies that do cold storage wallets, but I'm sure that Exodus and Coinbase and all these other companies have also been targeted, but in different manners. The easiest companies to target are those that do not have applications, but it's a double-edged sword. And on the positive side, if they do not have an application and it's nowhere written on their website, it's super easy to do research. And I never, ever would fall prey to this, because that's one of the first things I learned when using these cold storage wallets. And also a quick tip, if you're going to send Bitcoin for the first time somewhere, I get it, like these high transaction fees, but if you're talking about $600,000, always send a test transaction first. Recently, I was just using the Divi desktop wallet. We had that giveaway. And when sending that amount for the first time, it was around $600, $700. It was 10,000 Divi. I first sent to Divi just to test it out, if everything's okay. And I double checked the address where I was sending it to. I double checked the rules. If you said, for example, with some altcoins too little, they're not going to get deposited. They're going to be lost into the ether space. So always double check everything. Now, Google said we don't allow apps that mislead users by impersonating another application, developer, or company. And when we discover an application that violates our policies, we take appropriate action. They've removed not one, but 2 fake Trezor applications from the Google Play Store. Though analytics have actually identified up to 8 fake apps on the store. So yeah, this is an ongoing crisis. In both cases, once the funds were deposited, they were gone. And how were they deposited? Well, phishing was deployed because since they're still on the hardware wallet, people had to enter their recovery phase. And once that information is out in the open, it's too late. You've lost your funds. So that's that. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about this particular situation? Currently, Bitcoin is at $59,000. Oof, so the 17.1 Bitcoin at this moment is over $1,008,000. And we did hit 61,800, and we're probably going to hit $70,000, $80,000 pretty soon. So that's a pretty big loss. But hopefully that user also had some other cryptocurrency. Maybe not. But stay safe out there. Don't always do your research. Don't do anything too dumb. And we shall see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.